Hi guys, it's Dale with the insurance. Today we're going to talk about an article that's morbid in nature, but it's insurance, so it's necessary. And because it's morbid in nature, not many people talk about it. So you can probably have guessed that it's life insurance. And the title of the article is Life Insurance Beneficiary Facts and Tips. So this article is chock full of information. I know it's titled Beneficiary Facts and Tips, which is it's an important piece of life insurance, but not life insurance in general. But there is a lot of good information about life insurance in general within this article. But we'll focus on the beneficiary part. So there are some kind of ground foundational knowledge that I'm assuming you may have, which is the construction of a life insurance policy, right? Like there's an insured, there's an owner of the policy, and then there's the beneficiary, right? The insured, as you could probably imagine, is the person whose life is being insured. The owner is the person that's paying the premium, that's fitting the bill. The beneficiary is the person who receives the payout, which is also called kind of the death benefit should the insured pass away, right? Which is the unfortunate event. Another really good concept to understand is the idea of insurable interest, right? You can take out a life insurance policy on just about anyone if there's an insurable interest within that person, right? So, for instance, the most common are family members, right? So in this article, they give an example, which is a good example. It's mom and dad, two kids, working class family. Dad is the breadwinner. Mom takes out an insurance policy on the father for her husband, where he's the insured, she's the owner. Her and the children are the beneficiaries. In such a case, it's logical that if the father's the breadwinner, if he were to die, if something were to happen to him, you would want help, financial help. So that makes sense. But something that's just as common is organizations taking out life insurance policies on key people within their organization, right? Key people that makes their organization run, brings in revenue. If that person were to die, they would need that, or they would obviously not have that source of revenue, driver of revenue anymore, and they would look to be compensated because they rely on that person. So with that being in mind, beneficiaries, they're actually two types. It falls into kind of a primary beneficiary and contingent, right? The primary is kind of the person we think about instantly. It's the person, the first in line to receive the death benefit should someone pass away. The contingent beneficiaries are the second in line, right? So if the primary beneficiary can't be found, then the second beneficiary is then allotted the death benefit. Now, if neither one can be found, then the death benefit then rolls to the person's estate, which is a whole bag of worms in itself, because then it's divvied up according to probate, according to the person's whatever city or jurisdiction they live in, and so forth. Another good point about death benefits and beneficiaries is that the death benefit is typically not taxable, right? Which is a good thing, But depending on what you do with that death benefit, let's say you put it in a savings, any interest income that's gained from that benefit is taxable. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you're ever, we obviously don't wish you're in that situation, but if you ever find yourself in that situation, keep that in mind. And then there are a couple facts that have to do with beneficiaries that are always nice to know. One is the only person that can change whom a beneficiary is within a policy is the owner of that policy. And then the second kind of good fact to know is that you can essentially choose anyone to be a beneficiary, a person, an organization, a charity, a church. It really doesn't matter. It's up to the owner of the policy, and that's it. So once again, hopefully, it's a morbid topic. No one really wants to talk about death, but it's very, very crucial and important, and it's a good tool to use so that those that you care about and care about you and depend on you have some peace of mind if for some odd reason you or someone you love happens to pass away. All right, hopefully this was helpful. Thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll chat with you next week. Bye.